Abu Aklen was later laid to rest at Mount Zion. Friends, family, colleagues say her death will not be in vain. And the young journalist who grew into an icon of the Arab-speaking world would chart a remarkable career that spanned more than 2 decades. We begin our programme with a special tribute to our murdered colleague Shireen Abu Aklen, the voice and daughter of Palestine. She's been laid to rest at a cemetery in occupied East Jerusalem, but her funeral procession was disrupted when Israeli forces attacked mourners carrying her casket. There's been widespread condemnation of the attack. Shireen was shot in the head by Israeli forces on Wednesday morning while on assignment in Jenin in the occupied West Bank for simply doing her job. Stephanie Decker begins our coverage now.
Thousands came to say their goodbyes. Many are feeling they knew Shireen personally. That's how much she connected with her audience, telling the story of her people, and now becoming the story.
So many people love her and will continue to love her through the strength of her reporting, but also the love that the people around the world have for us in Palestine. People know that what Israel's doing is a war crime, and they feel helpless, but today we don't.
The occupation she long reported on. Just as the coffin started its final journey to the church. Palestinians were charged and beaten by Israeli forces as they stormed the hospital square, her coffin nearly falling to the ground. Later it was taken to a church in the Christian quarter of the old city.
Shireen Abu Aklen brought the message of every Palestinian suffering. God created life not to be assassinated, but to be nurtured.
Abu Aklen was shot dead in the occupied West Bank while on an assignment in the Jenin refugee camp. Her funeral procession was joined by thousands of Palestinians, a show of the widespread affection and admiration she had earned through her years of reporting on their lives. Shireen Abu Aklen was buried next to her parents at the Mount Zion cemetery. Both her parents died in the early stages of her career and never knew how loved and respected she'd become. The crowds have gone, the family has gone. Shireen's grave has now been sealed. But even after her death, she continued to tell the Palestinian story. Stephanie Decker.